everybody.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello. I'm loving all the hellos. My name is Danni Wells. For you guys that don't know me, I think everybody on the call does, but for anyone watching the recording, I am a regional vice president with Arbonne International, and this is our weekly Wells area team training. So we've got a couple of fantastic speakers tonight. Oh, sorry, I've got something in my eye. So tonight we are joined, first off, by the very gorgeous Ruth T, who is going to talk to us about the Pure Vibrance range. So before I hand it over to Ruth, I'll tell you a little bit about her. So Ruth is she's on maternity leave, so she still is a veterinary nurse. You're not, you've left.
I've gone back.
You've gone back, okay. Ruth is a veterinary nurse, and I'm sure she'll mention that in a second anyway. And she's also the gorgeous mother of beautiful baby James, who's just turned 1. Her little miracle IVF baby, who's just absolutely scrumptious in every single way. She lives in the same town that I do, and I absolutely adore the socks off Ruth. She's just beautiful in every single part that you can imagine a human being to be. Absolutely lovely person. So she's going to talk to us tonight a little bit about the range that we have called Pure Vibrance. And for anybody that doesn't know, anybody new, Pure Vibrance is our hair care range. So we've got loads of different products in our colour treated hair care range. So I won't take any of the training away from Ruth because she's going to talk about that. So a massive welcome to Ruth T, who's going to talk to us about the hair care. Hang on, Ruth, wait. Hang on. There we go.
Call it love and devotion. Call it a mom's adoration. A special part of creation.
Hi everybody. Now I was going to screen share, but it's not working anymore, so I've had to quickly print them out. So just bear with me tonight a bit. Okay. So I want to talk about the Pure Vibrance range. You see that? Yeah. And just tell you a little bit about the benefits, the ingredients, and the features. So the Pure Vibrance range is for anyone that has dry hair or colours the hair a lot or has a lot of chemicals going on in the hair. Ammonia is important in hair colour styles, but what it does is it helps absorb the absorption of colour molecules by the cortex of the hair. So this in turn is going to absorb all of the moisture of the hair. So basically, as we colour our hair, we make it drier and drier and drier. And the whole range is just basically for chemically and colour treated hair. It contains the colour last technology to prevent fading and to help lock in the colour. It hydrates hair to prevent further breakage. Sulfate free and paraben free, like all of our products. There's no artificial colours. There's no synthetic fragrance, and it has a really, really nice luxurious scent. What it doesn't do either, it doesn't weigh the hair down, which some shampoos and conditioners can do. And obviously it's vegan friendly. So what have we got in the range? We have the shampoo, the conditioner, a hair revitalizing mask, a mousse, a hairspray, and a hair serum. And of course, we also do have the travel kit and the sample packs for consultants as well. So the shampoo, it's concentrated shampoo that basically cleanses without drying the hair at the same time. It's really, really great for dull and chemically treated hair. It helps to nourish, revitalise, repair, and protect all hair types. It doesn't have a type. It also contains the Colour Last technology, which is just fabulous. Which I'll go into a bit more detail in a minute. But what it retains is the colour vibrancy and the longevity. Thank you. For up to 20 washes. So it's really, really good. A lot of people like to colour their hair red these days, and that fades really, really quickly. So this is a perfect range for someone that wants to try and keep that colouring that little bit longer. And 20 washes, you know, it'll help the colour to stay 93% by up to 20 washes, and that is a massive, massive thing. The conditioner restores the moisturiser to chemically treated hair. It maximises the colour, again with the Colour Last technology. It will nourish the hair without weighing it down. It will also detangle, so it's really, really nice when you put the conditioner in and you can just put your comb straight through your hair afterwards. It'll provide the hair with softness and shine to create a really silky smooth finish, and it will help prevent further breakage and damage, which you are going to get with colour treated hair. So the mask, I know a lot of people love the mask. The hair revitalizing mask, it's deep penetrating conditioner that starts at the root, and a lot of people will just leave it in a few minutes to help moisturize any destroyed hair from the color treatments. It'll also soften, strengthen and add luster to hair strands, restores moisture loss due to coloring, processing and damage, and also the color last technology, which is throughout all of the range, which will help retain the hydration and really keep that vibrant color in. So all the three that I've talked about at the moment, the shampoo, the conditioner and the mask, they have the rice extract, which helps protect and enhance the hair colour, but it will still provide that flexibility and strength to the hair to help reduce the breakage. The artichoke leaf, which will help preserve the integrity of the hair fibre and helps maintain the shine. The Hawaiian white ginger root, which contains extracts to condition, repair and strengthen damaged hair. The white tea leaf extract, which protects the hair against the environmental stresses. And the sage leaf extract, which this is quite interesting. It's also really good for anybody that has dandruffy hair, dry flaky scalp, or any of that sort of problem with the hair and the scalp. The sage leaf is really good for, and it'll also leave the hair soft and shiny. Horsetail leaf extract, which will help condition and guard against more hair breakage. And the hydrolyzed linseed extract, which restores the vibrancy and the shine and keeps the colour going. So moving on, we have the mousse. This will help shield and style all in one step. And quite often with the mousse, what you can do is when you've used the shampoo and the conditioner, while your hair's still wet, just put a little bit on and just comb it through, and it'll really help to style and add volume and really make your hair a lot more manageable. It will help protect hair against sun damage as well, which is a really big thing. The artichoke leaf will help again with the integrity and maintain the colour shine for the coloured hair. Now I've got to pronounce this. Vicia faba cedar extract, which helps promote the healthier, fuller looking hair. Again, the horsetail extract, which is great against hair breakage. The sage leaf for the soft and shiny hair, and the white tea leaf for just against any sort of environmental stresses that just help damage your hair. The hairspray is amazing. This is what I just cannot do without. It's non-flaky and alcohol-free hairspray. Comes in a pump, so it's good for the environment as well. It really creates a flexible but long-lasting hold, and I can't say enough good things about this, because it really does. Just a quick spray, and it doesn't look like your hair's like cardboard. You know, when you're moving like this, it still gives that flexibility to it, and it still leaves your hair really touchably soft. This will also help protect against humidity and UV damage. The provitamin B5, which helps provide long-lasting moisture and prevents breakage. So throughout the whole of this range, the continuing theme is just moisture, moisture, moisture against hair breakage, anything where your hair is just not at its best. And it will again help promote healthier and full-looking hair. The serum, so anyone that's got flyaway hair, the serum is really good, and it absorbs really quickly for a really good superior shine. So even if your hair isn't frizzy, it'll just give it that extra shine. It will really smooth down frizzy hair, and it will leave it lovely and weightless. It'll add vitality and brilliance, and it's clinically proven to protect colour from UV damage as well. The argan oil, which we all know argan oil is absolutely amazing, provides a really good superior shine and moisture to dry brittle hair. Linseed extract will help preserve the natural hair colour, and the Abyssinian oil will just give you shine and prevent against hair breakage. So that's the whole product range. For anyone that's asking you about different tips for coloured hair, just a couple of things that I did find is when you wash your hair, wash it in cooler water, and that just helps to keep the colour as well. Avoid blow drying, because again that's going to just dry out hair that's already been dried out from the colouring of the hair. And pay attention to a pre-colour care, so always deep condition your hair, maybe use the mask, before you then go to colour your hair, and it'll just add a bit of moisture before you're then going to dry it out. Try not to use any chemicals, which if they're using our range, then they won't be doing that anyway, and that'll just help the colour. And it'll also help to renew and revitalise your hair from the damage before you then go on to colour it. If you're planning to colour your hair, make sure you don't shampoo for at least 2 days prior to colouring, and this just helps the natural oils secrete from the scalp. And it's simply done to protect our hair roots from severe colour damage. You may say it controls the damage intensity. So that's it for me. That's the whole range. Any questions, then just pop them on and I can answer them a little bit later for you.
Fantastic, absolutely fantastic. I would love to add something if that's okay, Ruth.
Yeah, go for it.
My personal testimonial, actually. So pre-Arbonne, I just used to use your buy one get one free 99p shampoos from the high street, just your bog standard. To be honest, I didn't really understand why some shampoos cost more. I didn't really get it. So I started obviously as an Arbonne consultant, and like all of us, we start using different products. We start trying this, trying that. So I started trying the Pure Vibrant shampoo purely just because I wanted to be able to talk about it with integrity. And I used to have really greasy hair, so I'd wash my hair every other day. So the day I washed it, I'd wear my hair down, and then the second day I would wear my hair up because it'd be greasy, and then I would wash it, and it was just how my hair was. I just didn't really know that your hair could be any different, to be honest. I just thought I had greasy hair, and that was that. And so I started using the Pure Vibrance. Now, I will say, for the first couple of weeks, I didn't see a massive difference, and I actually felt like my hair was a little bit heavier, but I feel like that was my hair sort of like detoxing almost, getting rid of all the crud and the rubbish. So after a couple of weeks, I noticed that my hair wasn't generating as much oil, as much grease. And I found that I only have to wash my hair once a week now, unless I go swimming. If I go swimming, I do still wash it because of the chlorine. But if I don't go swimming, I only wash my hair once a week. And it's just been incredible because my hair's no longer greasy at all. And to be honest, I could probably even stretch longer than once a week, but I just have got into the habit of it. And I do what Ruth said. I use the shampoo. I do 2 goes with the shampoo. So the first go to get rid of the rubbish, the second one to actually wash my hair, and then I use the hair mask that Ruth talked about. I love the hair mask so much. And then I use the conditioner just to sort of close all those open pores in my hair. And I do get my hair coloured, believe it or not. It's a shock for many people I know. But my hairdresser, who I've had for years and years and years, always says, I cannot believe how good the condition of your hair is. She was like, I cannot believe how much it grows between haircut. I cannot believe the quality of it, because obviously when you get your hair dyed, it damages the quality of your hair. She's always shocked. She always says, when I go 6 weeks later, it's like I've gone the next day from when I had my hair dyed. The colour retains so well when I was blonde and now being red/brown. So I absolutely love the Pure Vibrance range, and that's sort of my testimonial, really. I just wanted to share that.
Yeah, no, it's good. Yeah, thanks, Danni. I used to use it a little bit, and I found I actually dye my hair as well.
No.
And I did find my blonde stayed in a lot better.
Did anyone else want to share anything about anything in the Pure Vibrance range? Just unmute them, Babs.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. 2 things. First of all, one of my friends bought the Pure Vibrance, and she's a former hairdresser. She rang me up the following day to say, I've just got out of the bath. This hair is awesome. She said if she was still hairdressing, she wouldn't use anything else on any of her clients. Now, secondly, I dye my hair too. The wisdom highlights. Now, I went to the hairdresser on Friday. Now, bearing in mind, I've got a lot of roots coming through, etc., etc. It had been 3 months since I'd last had my hair done, and that's using the Vibrant shampoo. 3 months. She was stunned. She says, I haven't seen you for ages. I said, yeah, 3 months. It's because of this shampoo. There you go.
Wow, that's amazing. Amazing. Okay, Mel, did you want to unmute and share your testimonial that you've just put on the chat? Hang on, let me unmute you. Wait, hang on, I'll unmute you. There we go.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, everyone. I'm just walking out the room because I'm listening to you in the living room. My husband's got telly on full whack. I have my hair done. It doesn't show as bright in this light, but I have my hair done really quite bright. And I always go like reds or coppers or them sort of colours. And the amount of people who will pull me when I'm at school, you know, doing the school run, and like, your hair's a beautiful colour. Have you just had it done? And it isn't. When I've just had it done, you can guarantee, and the majority of the time they'll be saying it to me, and I'm like, actually, I'm getting it done next week. It's due, it's colour. Because, like, I absolutely love it all. I would never, never, never move back to another shampoo, not just because of what the Arbonne stands for, but because my colour lasts, like, so long. The only telltale sign that it needs doing is my roots. Do you know what I mean? That is it. But my colour, I mean, this on it now, in this light probably doesn't do it justice, but it's like an orangey red colour, and it hasn't hardly changed. Now, normally I'm 3 weeks away from my hair appointment, but normally about now I'm like, I so need my hair done because the colours come out and it looks awful and I hate it and it needs sorting out. And I can't remember last time I felt like that about my hair. I get it done every 7 weeks, but my colour holds so well. But I get so many people say to me as well how amazing my hair looks and how gorgeous the condition is, and just loads of questions people ask me, and I say to them, it's the products I use on it now, but it's not all the chemicals in it, is it, that's stripping it anymore, because it's all natural. It's not stripping it out of my hair, so I love it for that. Massive thumbs up from me. There you go.
I love the serum as well, and I've got quite a few friends that wear hair extensions, and for anybody that is a hair extension wearer, you'll know that obviously it needs looking after differently, and you're told not to use high street products on hair extension hair because it strips it. And I have a lot of people contact me to use the hair serum that we have, because as Ruth said, all of the great properties, including the argan oil, are really good for hair extension. So massive thumbs up from me and all of my clients on the Pure Vibrance. Did anyone else want to add anything else about the Pure Vibrance range?
Can I just say one thing while I remember? You know the 5-in-1 oil, the detox oil? Do you know what as well I do? I know this might sound silly, but when I put that on my body, because you're rubbing it in your hands and putting it all over, I'll just rub that through my hair as well.
Good tip.
And it's fab. That is a fab one as well. I love it. You don't need much in. So if you haven't got the serum or you've run out kind of thing, or normally I'll think when I'm doing my hair, if I wash my hair and what have you, and if I'm putting the oil on, because I swap between the Arbonne and the moisturiser and the oil. And if I'm using the oil, I think instead of getting the serum or whatever, I'll just put my hands through my hair as well. So that's another brilliant one to use if you didn't know. There you go. That's my tip.
Good tip. Stacey?
Yeah, I don't dye my hair. I had some colour strips put in a few years ago, and there's a tiny bit, it's a little bit of a different colour, and it started to go a really funny colour because I had it bleached and I had it dyed over the top of that to make it my own natural colour. And it was, where I had it bleached, the ends were so knotty, I absolutely dreaded combing that part of my hair because it just used to feel like it was breaking and it was awful. And since I started using the colour because of that, now I just use, I go between all of them, but I always use the serum, which has really, really helped. Because obviously I go months with not having my hair done because I don't dye it. But my hair's in such good condition that I can go months and months and months without having to have my hair cut. Like 3-4 months I've been going, whereas I used to have my hair cut every 8 weeks. So not only has it saved me on my hairdressing bill as well, which is great, means I can just have extra washes and blow dries. But it's just been brilliant. I mean, I don't get that. I mean, I can't even tell you where that bit of my hair is now, because it's like it's the rest of my hair. And even when Kathy comes around and does my hair, she's like, "Oh my God, are you still growing this? It's ridiculously long. I can't believe how quick it's grown." And she went, "I can't believe like the condition of your hair is phenomenal." So I've got to give her the Vibrance to try now. So she loves the serum. She absolutely loves it. She's the best serum she's ever used. And being a hairdresser, she's used many. So yeah, brilliant. brilliant brand, absolutely incredible range.
Lovely, and your hair does look gorgeous. Jane, did you want to say something with you popping in the chat?
Hello. Only that I've got quite frizzy hair. I've had it permed in the past and have it coloured and stuff to hide all the greys. And the serum is really good for the frizz, just getting those ends to lay down. And when it's slightly damp or cold outside, my hair will just go, ugh. And the the hairspray is really good as well for that. I love the hairspray. You have to clean the nozzle a bit sometimes because it tends to squirt off in a different direction. Because I think it's going, what's all over the mirror? And I'm like, well, it was my hairspray. It kind of went that way instead of on my hair. But other than that, I love it.
Yeah, and talking about being for frizzy hair, my 6-year-old doesn't have frizzy hair, but she has incredibly curly hair. And anybody that's got curly hair or children with curly hair is going to resonate with this. It's horrible trying to brush, and you're not even supposed to brush people's curly hair, but trying to like brush it to get the knots out used to be a nightmare. All I do now, obviously I wash it, but all I do now is put some serum through it, and you can literally get your fingers through, no knots. I don't have to brush it anymore and cause her screaming agony. So a massive thumbs up from that. And then Heidi, did you want to just share your what you've just said on the chat as well? Loads to be said about the Pure Vibe tonight.
Hi. It was actually a tip from I went to Vegas last year.
Longhurst.
I think where I saw it was Zoe Allen.
Yeah.
And she said, just put the mask when you get out of the pool, put the mask through your hair, and it just protects it from the sun, obviously with all the chlorine that's in pools and things, and it just helps protect it while you're sunbathing, and then we jump back in the pool and that, and just put it on when you get out just to help protect your hair from the sun. So it's a tip.
Great. Okay, fabulous. Ruth, did you want to end on anything about your Pure Vibrance before we move on to Lindsay's training?
No, I don't think so. I'm good. No, that's everything covered.
Fabulous. Okay, that was that great training about the Pure Vibrance range from our gorgeous Ruth Tate there, and some great comments from everybody else that's either personally using the Pure Vibrance range or is building up a great client base. And if you've learned something new tonight and you don't already use the Pure Vibrance range, I would recommend trying it. Either buy your own or borrow somebody else's and just have a little try of it. And I would massively recommend building up a client base using the Pure Vibrance. Oh, just to end, Suzanne said, I put it on dry hair first thing in the morning, last year on holiday, also the sea sauce mask. Yeah, great. So amazing feedback for the Pure Vibrance. So moving on, I'm now going to hand over to our next speaker, Lindsay. So Lindsay joined the business about 18 months ago now in August, but not the one last year, the year before. She actually was a friend of Vic McHale's. So Vic McHale joined the business, Dr. Vic McHale, and she joined the business, and we did an online launch for her, and a friend of a friend, Lindsay, was on the call watching, and Lindsay liked everything she heard about the online launch and the business overview and decided to host a party. So myself and Dr. Vic McHale drove all the way up to Sheffield to do, well, Rotherham, to do a party for Lindsay and her friends. Lindsay thought the products were incredible. She loved the whole concept of everything Arbonne, and that night, the night of her product party, said, I want to be a consultant. Like, sign me up, I want to be a consultant, let's do this. So she decided to jump into the business. Now, the great thing about Lindsay, and again, I'm sure she'll share this, is she had no self-confidence at all. She's got 2 children, a gorgeous girl and a gorgeous boy, married to Matthew, and she worked full-time. Zero confidence, but from doing Arbonne, she's actually grown her confidence so much that she's got some big news, and I won't take that away from her. I'll let her share that big news that happened this week, and let her share her story. And she is also going to train tonight on a book that she's recently read called The 12 Pillars. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome Lindsay P.
Hi, so I'm just gonna share my screen.
You need to share what happened this week as well.
Oh, okay, so I'll start with that then. I thought I was gonna be alright tonight, but my heart's pounding. I'm like quite nervous now. I've been doing obviously Arbonne for like 18 months, and been like constantly working on me because I've always struggled with confidence speaking in front of people and things like that. So I've just been reading books and just general personal development and things. But I just feel over probably like this last 6 months, it's really like took effect. And last year, towards the end of last year, I did a baby massage course and decided to go away from my full-time job of management accounts. But so I was working full-time, but also doing a baby massage course and also doing Arbonne. But then finally this year I thought, well, I can't do this forever and I need to make a change. So last week I decided to hand my notice in at work. So now I'm going to be doing Arbonne a lot more and also doing a baby massage course. So yeah, it's Arbonne's brought a lot for me. I didn't obviously realise all this would happen when I signed up. So yeah, it's been a complete like shift of mindset for me this last year and a half. So yeah, so I'll move on to my training. I'm trying to share my screen. Has that worked? Can you see it? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I
thought as much.
Oh, my phone's okay. So yeah, so I'm going to be trading on the 12 pillars, which is this book, if nobody's heard of it before. And the reason why I'm trading on this tonight is because Danni bought it for me as a gift, literally just a few weeks before Christmas. And I read it within like 2 or 3 nights because I was just hooked on it. It's just so simple, like the way it's put, and it's a lovely story as well with it. But it just made sense to me, like going through what pillars there are and just explaining each one in every step of the way, really. And I just felt that was the way that I was kind of developing myself as well, so I could really relate to it. So I'm just going to go on, and there are 12 pillars, but I'm not going to be talking about all 12 of them tonight because I'll be here all night. So I've just chose my 3 favourite ones. So I'm just going to start with the first one, which is, so the first pillar is work harder on yourself than on your job. So success comes when you develop yourself beyond where you currently are. So you have to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. So for example, if you think of a salesman, he will earn a certain amount of money based on how good of a salesman he is. But he can work harder and harder, but he will only make so much because he is only so good. So the key is to become a better salesperson. So the way to do that is not by spending an extra 5 hours of work on his job, but to start putting a lot more work into himself. So the way to do this is you can, obviously it's your personal development, so you can read books, go to your Discover Arbonnes, listening to audios and reading the Eye on Arbonnes as well. So by doing this, you will build up your belief, your confidence, and the skills to become a better version of you. So surround yourself with people who inspire you. So if you are a salesman, you're lacking confidence and enthusiasm, then reality is then they probably won't want to buy from you. So people will not have a lot of trust in you, nothing will excite them, and nothing will interest them to purchase from you. However, if you went on to do your personal development, working on you and building your beliefs in yourself, and believe that you are enough and that you are a good salesperson and people are interested in what you have to say, then things could be very different. So you can be very successful in your job and by doing the personal development. So the job hasn't changed, but you have. So you need to work harder on yourself and you will see results in your job. So I'm just going to the next one. So make changes. So if you keep living the way you are, you will continue to produce the same life that you already have. If you are feeling stuck or feel that everything is against you, maybe in your personal life or even in your business, then think of it like this. So how tall will a tree grow? So a tree will grow as tall as it possibly can. However, us human beings have a choice. So we can either grow up tall to full measure, or we can choose to be less. So why not stretch up to full measure? Sometimes people work hard, get stuck, and then give up. Maybe it is time to stretch and to grow again. Things will only change if you change. So if you keep living like you are, you will continue to produce the same life that you already have. Make changes today and not tomorrow, because once you start, things will become easier and you will become happier. So you could start by just listing 10 things about your life that you can change if you apply yourself. So these could be just little things, but these little things do add up and they are a step in the right direction. So, for example, one thing you may want to change is your confidence, like I did. So you could start reading books. Just a chapter a day will help you move forward. So my favourite book for this subject is Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. So apply what you learn. So before moving on to the next pillar of success, it is important to work on this one first. So you need to apply what you have learned. And once you have implemented a change and acted on it, then it is time to move on and on to the next pillar. The next pillar I've chosen is total well-being. So this one represents three-dimensional health. So we have the body, which is our body. We have the soul, which is our intellect and our emotions and our will. And then we have the spirit, and that is part of us that transcends this world. So most people tend to choose just one to work on. So for example, the body, like physical exercise, but neglect the other two areas. So, and other people are all about intellect and forget about the bodies and the spirits. However, it is important to work on all three areas. So think of the areas like a 3-layered onion. So you peel each layer back until you get to the core. So the spiritual is at the core and it is the most important. The soul is the second layer and the body is the outer layer. So you can start by reading good material that will help reflect on your spiritual life. You can start gentle exercise every day, just half an hour walk each day or each night. You need to make sure the outside of you is a good reflection of the inside of you. So focus on improving all of these three areas and you will see them all tied together and each area becomes stronger. And the last pillar that I've chosen is be a lifelong learner. So formal education will make you a living, but self-education will make you a fortune. So self-education is what you teach yourself. It is what you learn yourself. So you are continually improving and growing along the way. So learning is the beginning of health. Learning is the beginning of wealth. And learning is the beginning of spirituality. So most of life is lived after your formal education. The rest is up to you. So people decide to continue and learn and develop sometimes after school, go to college, university, but the truly successful decide to learn for the rest of their lives. So they do this by reading books, learning from successful people, and constantly reflecting on their own experiences. So if you don't read, this will be a significant part of the problem. Books are one of the greatest learning tools in human history. So I know sometimes they can feel like an expense, not necessary. However, the saying in the book is, it isn't what the book costs, it's what it will cost you if you don't read it. So when we read, we open ourselves to vast new worlds to explore and understand. So you open yourself to new ideas, and new ideas are the seeds that grow in our hearts and our minds. So when applied, they become our achievements and our success. So to move forward, reading books is key. So make that one of your goals. So work on this pillar and you'll be ready to move on to the next. Also in the book, it does give 20 books everyone should read. So I'll just name just a few of them to give you an idea. These are Seeds of Greatness by Dennis Waitley, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, Magic of Thinking Big by David Schwartz, and See You at the Top by Zig Ziglar. And that's my training.
It's fantastic, Lindsay. I actually have goosebumps from some of the information that you gave there. Were those your 3 favourites from the pillars then?
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved it. Absolutely loved it. And I actually read that book, The Pillars, a couple of years ago because it's by, am I right in saying Jim Rohn and Chris Widener?
Yes.
I saw Chris Widener give a keynote talk in Arizona a couple of years ago, and I remember saying to him I'd read your book, The 12 Pillars, but you have inspired me to read it again.
Oh, I love it, me. I keep reading it.
Has anyone else on the call tonight read that book or wants to say anything to add on to Lindsay's training? Babs, I've just found the book on Amazon. Well, I absolutely love that, and it might be a really nice opportunity for people that want to share about how that personal development, those pillars that you've mentioned, some of those pillars have helped them grow. So Jane, I know you're always an advocate for personal growth. Did you want to share about how the personal growth and those pillars being implemented has helped you move forward?
Oh, definitely. As you know, personal development has been a massive thing for me, and I know when I don't read, it makes such a difference. I can really tell when I've not been reading and not been doing my personal development. So yeah, huge advocate for that. Brilliant training, Lindsay. Really good. Yeah, I've got the books. I think you gave it me as a gift as well, actually, Danni, and I've not read it yet, so I will get round to reading it now.
Has that inspired you to read it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, really good.
Thank you for sharing, Jane. Stacey, did you want to share anything about personal growth and anything to add to Lindsay's training? Because I know, again, you're a big advocate for reading and for growing yourself.
You've just got to do it. If you don't do it, it's a bit like going to college and listening to what they've got to say, but not doing the work. That's the only way I can put it in. What I've noticed as well is that I read, and some things I might not have absorbed. So you have to reread those books again. And if you pick up a book and you can't get into it, put it down and find another. Don't struggle to read a book that you're not enjoying because you're not going to read it in. So find a book that resonates with you, or just find a book and see if you can get into it. There's millions to choose from, so there's loads to start with. Like, for instance, I started with a lot of books, but I really wanted to read Think and Grow Rich. I just couldn't get into it, and I still haven't managed to get into that yet. But I know one day that there will be time for me to read that book. So I've still got it, and it's still sitting in my bookshelf waiting for me to read it. I'm just reading a lot of other stuff right now. At the moment, I'm reading the book that Fiona recommended. Is it Start With Why?
Simon Sinek.
For the weekend with me. Yeah, amazing book, amazing book. But probably one of my first ever books that I did read was The Secret, and then I carried on with the rest of her range, Rhonda Byrne's range. But yeah, it's like anything. If you want to move forward, you have to learn and grow. If you want to become a professional, you have to. I mean, it was stated in one of the books that I think it was GoPro that you have to do like 10,000 hours on one particular subject to become a professional. So therefore, how can you do that if you're not reading? You need to be able to grow. And I must admit, if I don't read every day, because I did go for a point in the summer, then my dip got even bigger. So I thought, oh no, I can't read tonight. I'm too tired. But now I make sure, even if I'm exhausted, I'm in the habit of picking up a book. Even when I was away at the spa weekend and I was having like a couple of hours sleep, I still made the point, even when I strolled in bed at 4 o'clock in the morning, to pick up my book and I at least read 5 pages. No, it wasn't 10 pages, but I daren't get out the habit of not reading, because it's so important and it's completely changed my life. So thanks very much, Lindsay.
Yeah, so,
I can't wait to get that book.
So true. I echo everything Stacey said completely. And Heidi, did you want to say what you've just shared on the chat? Did you want to unmute?
Yeah. Once you've read a book, don't put it in a pile and sort of think, that's it, I've read that book now, I've got what I'm going to get from that book. Because you'll pick it up in 6 months' time, 12 months' time, and it'll say something completely different to you, and you'll be like, I haven't read this book. But it'll just tell you what you need to know then. You'll pick out different bits from it that you need then, that perhaps before you didn't need, if that makes sense.
Perfect sense. Yeah. Lovely. Okay, Lindsay, was there anything else you wanted to add to your topic on the 12 pillars and sort of personal growth?
No, I don't think so. I think that's it. Thank you.
Fabulous training. Absolutely brilliant. Well done, Lindsay. Okay, so our third trainer was going to be District Manager Kelly Brown, but unfortunately she has had a personal incident, so she isn't on the training tonight. She's going to catch up on the recording in the week. So I'm going to take her training for her, which is how to do a one-to-one and the questions to ask. So I am going to need a volunteer. Jane, is that okay? Can I ask you the questions? She won't mind anyway. That's a yes, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm here.
Right. Okay, so I'm going to go through the questions to ask somebody when you're sat down having a coffee with somebody that wants to know more about your business. So last week we learned about how to find people to talk to. So this week we're talking about once somebody has said to you, so let's say Jane is not an Arbonne consultant at all, and she's said to me, Danni, what do you do for a job? And I say, listen, I can't go over it right now, but let's meet up for a coffee in the week. We'll sit down for 20 minutes and I'll go through what it is that I do and see if it's a fit for you or not. Obviously, I don't know if it is or not, but I'll give you that opportunity to have a look for yourself. So Jane said, yeah, that's great. So we've arranged a coffee. We've sat down for a coffee. These are the questions to ask. I'm just going to share my screen a second because I have got them up on a slideshow. Jane, can you see these?
Yeah.
Okay. Right, so we've sat down, drinks have been ordered, we've had a bit of chit chat, and I've sort of asked Jane a little bit about herself. So Jane, let's take you back to you not being an Arbonne consultant, so where you were 3 years ago, okay? Right, okay, so Jane, question number one. Obviously we probably wouldn't say question number one. These would come out, these would flow naturally to how you would normally talk. And obviously when you're asking these questions, you can adapt them however is a best fit for you. Right, okay Jane, so before I start with the very short presentation that I have about Arbonne, I want to know what it is that you are actually looking for, because Arbonne can give people so many different things that I could be sat here for hours talking about all the things it could give you, but some of that might not interest you. So I need to narrow down what's important to you. So I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, this might sound really random, but it's going to give me a better idea of what it is that you want out of life. So I'm going to have some fun. I want you to visualize yourself in 5 years' time. So it's 2017 now. So let's say we're in 2022. That's right, isn't it? Add 5. And let's say that time and money is not an issue. You've, I don't know, won the lottery and you're living off the interest, or you appeared in a movie and you're living off the royalty payments, or you've inherited a big sum of money and the interest is coming in. And there's no need for you to work unless you choose to work, because you financially absolutely set up for life. For the rest of your life, you've got, say, £5,000 a month coming into your bank account, absolutely no problem. Time is yours, money is yours. Describe to me what your life would look like.
Oh, well, it sounds amazing. I would love to give up my full-time waitressing job and be able to say to my children, yeah, we can do that because we can afford it and Mum has got the time. I don't want to still be having to say to my children, we can't afford it, or I've got to work so we can't do something. I would love to be able to help my parents enjoy their retirement. They've always been there for me and helped me out, so I would love to be able to pay them back, and also be able to help Mary out so that she doesn't leave uni in 4 years' time with loads and loads of debt. be great to be able to get her on the property ladder. So just be able to help us out as a family would be amazing. And my dream has always been to move to Cornwall. I'd love to live a cottage by the sea. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, Jane, that sounds amazing. So that's giving me a better idea of what it is that you want from life. So if you carry on doing what you're currently doing now, so your waitressing job, working the hours that you work, if you carry on doing that, how long will it take you to create that lifestyle that you've described to me, living on the south coast in Cornwall, helping your parents, helping Mary and Katie? How long will it take you waitressing to reach that dream?
Forever. It wouldn't happen. There's just no way I'd be able to do the things I want to do on the income that waitressing provides. Just never change.
Okay, so I've asked you how long it would take for you to achieve your dreams, and you've answered, never, forever. So I want you to be really honest with me. How does that make you feel, Jane?
Really, really depressed, actually, to think that that's all I've got to look forward to for the rest of my life, and then kind of get to retirement age and just still have nothing. It's really scary, actually.
Okay, right. Okay, so let me ask you this. If you want the lifestyle that you've described, and you have realised that, doing what you're currently doing, waitressing, is not going to allow you to achieve that, then you've kind of got two choices. You've either got to give up on your dreams, or the second choice is to find a way to make it happen, to make them happen. So out of those two choices, giving up on your dreams or finding a way to make those dreams happen, which one would you choose?
Oh, well, I'd love to make it happen if I can, because like I say, if I just give up, what have I got to look forward to, any of us? Yeah, it's really depressing. So I'd love to find a way to make them happen.
Okay. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to show you a business vehicle that can be that change to you and your family's life. And you can start today from home, part-time at first, and work around your current schedule. So you're waitressing, mum to Katie, mum to Mary, wife to Andy, and his, being a driving instructor. You can work around that. And it can help you achieve your dreams faster than the path that you're currently on. So if I was able to show you a way to do that, how excited would you be?
Really excited. Sounds amazing. Yeah. Yes, please.
Great. Okay, so let me show you this amazing vehicle called Arbonne that can be the answer to what you really want. This is a 10-minute, very short overview of Arbonne. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not actually going to go over it for this, but here are the slides. You need to go over the presentation and discover Arbonne. Okay, right, so we've got to the end of that. Okay, Jane, so let me ask you this question. Now, you are going to be working for the next 3 to 5 years, aren't you?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so what are the chances or the odds that your job will pay you, say, £5,000 to £10,000 a month in the next 3 to 5 years?
Never.
Okay, so that is exactly the reason that you need to consider joining me in this business, because Arbonne is going to give you something that your job cannot, and that is a chance. So a chance to come into this business with no prior experience or skills and give you a chance to make that kind of money. And Jane, even if you fall short and you only make half of that a month, or even a quarter of that, you are still able to work from home, be there for your children, drive a brand new white Mercedes, design your own schedule, and have total control and freedom over your own life. That is the kind of lifestyle that most of us have dreamed of having. Don't you agree?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so to sum up, I really would like to ask you 4 important questions. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so did everything I share with you today make sense?
Yes, yeah, it did, yeah.
Okay, can you see the enormous need for the products and the education that Arbonne is providing to families?
Yes, definitely, yeah, because it's something I'd never heard of before, so it seems like a lot of people could do with the education.
Okay. And did I answer most of your questions?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so based on what you've seen today, does this look like something that you can see yourself doing if you have the proper coaching, training and support?
No, I'm joking. Yes, it does. Yeah, it sounds amazing. Yeah.
Okay, so Jane could either answer no, or maybe, or yes. So this is what to say for each of the answers. So, okay, Jane, say no.
No, absolutely not. Don't want to know.
Okay, Jane, I totally respect that. And, you know, this business isn't for everyone, and I respect your honesty. But let me ask you 2 quick questions before we finish. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so who comes to mind that may be interested in looking at this, and they can make up their own minds just like you did? Yeah, that's it.
All right. Possibly my sister-in-law, maybe, because she works really, really silly hours, so she might be interested.
Okay. And most people who might not be interested in the business are interested in trying some of our amazing products. So I'd love to offer you the chance to take some home for a few days to try, so you can give me some feedback. Now, what are you interested more in, anti-aging or cosmetics?
Anti-aging would be good.
Okay, lovely. So that's what to say if Jane says no. Okay, so Jane, say maybe.
Maybe.
Okay, maybe. Okay, so on a scale of 1 to 10, with no interest being 1 and 10 being, yep, I'm ready to join, where are you now?
Probably about a 6, maybe.
Okay, so what would have to happen for you to become a 10?
I think I'd like to try the products first.
Okay, so after you try them, and I know you're going to love them, which I know, and you're going to love them, which I know you will, then will you be ready to start?
Yeah, I think pretty well, yeah.
Okay, great. Here's some products. See you next week.
Bye.
Okay, and here's what to say if Jane says yes. So say yes, Jane.
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. How exciting. So is it okay if I share with you the next steps in the process?
Yes, please.
Okay, so I'm going to share with Jane the full sign up, which is £56 to start your business and get your website and your ID number. And then whatever products that you want to order is up to you. Courier delivery, it varies between £6.50 and £10, weight dependent. Just read the rest of this. And then what we're going to do is we're going to book a follow-up so that we can get started with the business. I'll book for the next day, or if Jane's ready to start a business there and then, I can start her there and then on my mobile phone, or if I bought my laptop or my iPad, or when we go home, I can talk her through it over the phone, or I can meet her the next day. So that is the one-to-one questions. And what I'll do is I'll take a photograph of each of those questions and post it on the team page. And obviously you're going to have the recording as well. So did anyone want to add anything or say anything about the questions to ask at a one-to-one?
I was just going to ask, do you actually have them up on the screen when you're doing the one-to-one? No,
I don't. But only because I know them off by heart.
Yeah.
So people could, I suppose.
Maybe we could print them out and have them in little like post-it notes or something like that, and we can just have them in a notebook to say, if you don't mind, just so I'm making sure that, you know, I remember everything. I like to write things down, and then you could have your pen and paper, but you could also have the cards in a little slide next to it as well, so it doesn't look so obvious.
Yeah, absolutely. You know,
just until you get in the swing of things.
I've typed mine out, Stacey. I've got them typed out.
Yeah, I need to do
just
that.
In a nice folder, and I've got them.
Otherwise, I get lost.
Well.
Yeah, that's a really good idea.
Yeah, it just looks professional as well.
Yeah, I think I'll have better results with my one-to-ones because I know I've got a plan and a script of exactly what I've got to say.
Yeah.
And then also it gives you, you know that if you follow the script, you're opening, you're asking the right questions, you're closing, you're getting the answer that you're looking for, a yes or no or a maybe, and then you know where you stand. So yes, that's fabulous.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was just going to say, you can do that, no problem. You know, everybody is an independent consultant, so nobody has a boss, which is the great thing about this business, is everybody is doing their own thing and doing it how they want to do it. But we all sort of bounce ideas around and help one another. So absolutely, if anybody does want to have those questions written out, typed out, doesn't matter. Just do whatever's best for you in building your business. The only reason that I don't have them now is because I know them off by heart. But in the beginning, when I didn't, I used to practice them on Jane most of the time, to be honest, and anyone that would let me practice on them. Just friends, Ian, family, I just practice. And now I know them off by heart anyway. And you don't even have to use those questions if you don't want to. That's just the structure that I like to follow for doing a one-to-one, because it means I'm actually finding out from that person what it is they want. Are they willing to even work for it? Because some people aren't, you know. Pre-Arbonne, someone could have said to me, you can go and shelf stack at Morrison's for £500 a month. do you want it? I'd be like, no. Even though I wanted the money, I wasn't willing to give up my time to go and do that for 500 quid. And some people, they're not willing to do more, and that's absolutely okay. So we're finding out what they want. Are they willing to do more to get that? Are they willing to use Arbonne products and help other people, then generate that income? And some people aren't, and that's okay. So we're just trying to gauge what it is they want. We're just consultants. We're not here to convince anybody or get anybody. We're just here to consult and help and share and guide and mentor and coach and, you know, just help people with what it is that they want. So those questions, I love those questions. They really help. Right. So
Danni, can I just say, you know, on that that presentation you just did there, you know, like if you send me the presentation over, you know, with them 5 questions, you know, when you can print it off and then do it, so you print a slideshow off and then you've got lines next to it so you can add notes next to each slide. You know, have you done that before?
No, but I know what you mean, because my daughter's school do that. That's fantastic. If you're happy with that.
Well, why don't you send it over to me and then I'll adapt that, and then if you'll give me your email address, whoever wants it, I'll adapt it and send it over so that it looks like when you're doing a one-to-one with someone or you're talking to somebody, and that you kind of sat taking notes so that it doesn't look like it like kind of looks a bit more professional as well. Do you know what I mean? So you just saying, I'm just taking some notes down while we're going through this or whatever. But send it over to me and I'll adapt it and do that. And then if anybody wants it, give me your email address and I'll just send it on.
That'd be amazing, Mel. Thank you so much. You're so helpful.
No bother.
Okay, right, so to wrap up the call then, so that's the end of our basic team training. So we've got a 9 o'clock call, which is our weekly team training that everybody gets onto. So everybody will be on that call at 9 o'clock. We've got recognition for the week. Anybody that's done anything amazing this week will be recognised. Dates for the diary will be on that call. And the trainer for tonight is me. I'm training tonight. As you all know, we have a rota system. So it's my training tonight. And the code for tonight is, I'll put it in the chat as well, 337 600 0859. So that's the code for the 9 o'clock Zoom. So I'll see you all in a moment. That's 9 till 9:30, and that's our entire team training. So thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, Ruth and Lindsay, for phenomenal trainings, and for Kelly Brown that did put together her training, but I've had to step in for her. Amazing evening as per usual. I love Sunday nights. I'll see you all on the 9 o'clock call. Bye. So far for you. It took us all